The Dunedin Fringe Festival has been in the news this week as the event again draws near. The programme release transformed a Dowling Street alleyway last night as a marquee act from some well-known Hollywood films was announced. Festival director Paul Smith is here to give us an update as the event approaches its 10th birthday. Good evening, Paul.
Hello.
Now, you will soon have a festival that's a decade old, sort of. What's changed in that time?
Well, one of the big changes is that we started as a biennial festival every 2 years, and we were very close to the Otago Festival of the Arts. In 2008, we decided to make a big change. We went annual, and we changed the dates to align with other fringe festivals in New Zealand and Australia. So that kind of created a circuit that artists could, go from fringe to fringe, and there's 3 big fringes in New Zealand now, and we're quite well aligned with the Adelaide Fringe, so that's been really good for us. It's helped us grow.
So how many years has the Fringe Festival been around for?
So we started in 2000, so that's 13 years, but this is our 10th festival coming up, so we've branded it our 10th Monster Fringe, and it's a whoppingly good program.
Now, if there was a major achievement from the past 13 years, what would it be?
Well, I think really it comes down to just the overall quality of the acts, which has consistently grown in stature and just overall more consistent. There's more touring artists as well. So about 45% of our program is touring artists, and we're now getting to a point where we can bring in a couple of bigger acts because as a festival we've gained a lot of confidence and we've established ourselves.
Now, attracting funds must take up plenty of time these days. How does the festival cope?
Well, it comes down to me to a large extent, and it is a big part of my job. And, as a festival, an arts festival, that's expected. And it can be a bit nerve-wracking at times because you just never know what is quite going to happen. But we've built some really good relationships with key funders. Obviously, the City Council, Dunedin City Council, the Otago Community Trust, and Creative New Zealand, they actually provide funding which we give back out to artists to create new work for the festival. So there's a lot of new exciting work, world premieres, over 25 world premieres in this festival.
Tell us a wee bit about this year's marquee act.
Well, you're right, one of our major acts is Crispin Glover, and he is a well-known actor. He's an internationally famous actor, although not everyone will click straight away. So he was George McFly. So in Back to the Future, Michael J. Fox's dad, he played Michael J. Fox's dad. So he's played Andy Warhol in the Doors movie, and he has also... What's the other one? Oh, he was the Thin Man in Charlie's Angels. So he's done a lot of high-profile films, and he plays eccentric roles. But he's also a very interesting person, and he makes films, and he makes books. And he's coming to share his own personal work with us here. And this will be the first time he's ever been in New Zealand. So he's coming here, he's bringing what he calls his big slideshow, and he presents this slideshow of his books, which are really heavily illustrated books. So it's kind of a performance slideshow, and he's also presenting his films, which are art house films and quite provocative, challenging films. So they're R18. So it's really an interesting work from this artist from LA.
How hard is it to attract overseas artists?
Well, it's quite a bit of work because, when you're dealing with these larger artists, there's a lot of issues to deal with in terms of visas, flights, accommodation, timing, and then working in with other festivals in New Zealand as well. Because to bring artists here from a long way away is very expensive, so you need to work in. So that takes a lot of lining up. But we also get, because we're an open access festival, we do get artists coming from all over the place, and they just turn up because they're on the fringe circuit, and we're on the fringe circuit. So that's one of the great things about that timing thing. And we do have quite a really cool act that has come from Spain this year, which is a really interesting collaboration with a contemporary dance company from Spain.
Sounds pretty good. We look forward to the festival. Paul Smith, Director of the Fringe Festival in Dunedin, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you very much.